ज्ञानाञ्जनतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते राधानाथ स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते जयपताका स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमो आचार्यपदाय निताय कृपा प्रदायिने गौरकथा धामदाय नगरग्रामतारिणे। नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। मुखं करोति वाचालं पंगुर्लंघायते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दिनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्य ईश्वरम्। हरि ओम तत्सत्। So today we will do the concluding of the Nectarian Mellows of Sri Radha Kripa Kataksha Stava Raja. We'll do the last two verses today. Text 11. Ananta koti Vishnuloka Namra Padma Jarchite Himadrija Punamada Varanchadava Rapade Aparasiddhiriddhiditha Satpadang Gulinakhe Kadakarishya Sihamam Kripa Kataksha Bhajanam. O Goddess, worshipped by Brahma, O Goddess to whom countless millions of Vaishnavas bow down, O Goddess who give blessings to Parvati, Shachi, and Saraswati, O Goddess whose toenails are anointed with limitless opulences and mystic perfections, when will you cast your merciful sidelong glance upon me? So these last two verses we understood from, the way we did this whole thing, the series of Sri Radha Kripa Kataksha Stava Raja. We had started off with text 13, because from text 13 to text 19, the end is about the glorification and the stuti phala. What do we get by reciting? What is the benefit of reciting Sri Radha Kripa Kataksha Stava Raja? So, from text 13 to text 19, we had covered first. And then we went on to cover from text 1 what Lord Shiva is saying about the glories of Srimati Radharani. So text 1 to 12 Lord Shiva is glorifying different potencies of Srimati Radharani, which we have been hearing over the weeks. And today also we are doing the conclusion. We seek the blessings of Srila Prabhupada. We seek the blessings of our Guru Vargas and of all Vaishnavas, so that we may be able to conclude this very beautiful Sri Radha Kripa Kataksha Stava Raja in the most appropriate manner, so that it pleases Srimati Radharani, and so that it gives us an opportunity for meditating that what is the actual purport of Sri Radha Kripa Kataksha Stava Raja, so that we can understand its true purport and try to implement it in our own lives. So from text 1 to text till text 10, Lord Shiva is glorifying various attributes of Srimati Radharani. It's talking about her perfect beauty, her perfect form, the perfect service of Srimati Radharani, that it is only her who can actually please Krishna. So in this way, Lord Shiva is glorifying and establishing the supreme position of Srimati Radharani. So, and text 11 and 12 that we will read today, this Lord Shiva is, establishing finally again, even in conclusion. He starts off, if we remember, even the first verse, that Lord Shiva is saying that he's starting off the first verse also by saying that the goddess who is worshipped by kings of sages. So she is not an ordinary person. How sometimes, how mundane people say about Srimati Radharani. So Lord Shiva is kind of slashing all of those mundane comments and mundane thoughts, mundane propositions, all of that. He is, just directly slashing it all out by saying that not only the great sages worship Srimati Radharani, but here Lord Shiva is saying that even the topmost Devata, Lord Brahma, is actually worshipping the lotus feet of Srimati Radharani. O goddess who is worshipped by Lord Brahma, O goddess to whom countless and millions of Vaishnavas are bowing down, O goddess who give blessings to Parvati, Shachi and Saraswati, O goddess whose toenails are anointed with limitless opulences and mystic perfections, when will you cast your merciful sidelong glance upon me? So we need to understand that this is actually the position of Srimati Radharani, that she is not only worshipped by just, Vaishnavas, but even the topmost, Devata, like Lord Brahma, is actually worshipping her. And even the wives of the Devatas, here it is very clearly explained, the wives of the Devatas like Parvati Devi, Shachi Devi, Indra's wife, Parvati Devi, Lord Shiva's wife, and Saraswati Devi is the wife of Lord Brahma. So, so when we say these are known as chaste ladies, so when we say that even these ladies are actually worshipping and deriving all their potency actually from Srimati Radharani. So that is why Lord Shiva is quoting this verse very beautifully, and he is narrating this verse very beautifully, establishing the supremacy of Srimati Radharani. And that how Srimati Radharani is the only personality. After, the way it works, Srila Prabhupada actually explains that how do we get mercy from Krishna? How do we approach Krishna for his mercy? The process is very simple. The process is that when we are starting our Krishna consciousness, we start chanting our japa, we start engaging in some service to the devotees, and by being engaged in those services, somehow or the other, by the mercy of the Vaishnavas, the mercy of Krishna, we are directed to find and reconnect with our spiritual master. Our eternal connection with the spiritual master is re-established, and by the mercy of Krishna, we get our spiritual master. And then when we start serving our spiritual master, the spiritual master keeps seeing and witnessing the sincerity with which we are rendering our service. And after witnessing that sincerity, when the Guru is pleased with us, then the Guru recommends us to Srila Prabhupada, to his Guru. And Srila Prabhupada recommends us to his Guru. Like this, going up the parampara system, we actually then reach to the lotus feet of Krishna. But it is said that the spiritual master is a direct maid servant of Srimati Radharani. So yes, it goes through the spiritual, the Guru Parampara system, but finally it actually comes and stops at Srimati Radharani. Then the Guru recommends that yes, Sri Radhe, Guru is asked by Srimati Radharani about the soul who is rendering service. And then Radharani listens very attentively to what the Guru has to say about that disciple. And once the Guru recommends, then Srimati Radharani takes that soul and offers that soul to the lotus feet of Krishna. So that is how the system works. In this regard, I was reminded of one very sweet pastime of the mercy of Srimati Radharani. It is explained that this very beautiful pastime was, I heard it during, our Braj Mandal Parikrama, and it was told by His Grace Kundal Krishna Prabhu. Many of you may know him. He's a very beautiful Bhagavad Katha speaker, and he is a disciple of Srila Radha Govinda Maharaj, and he does amazing, amazing Bhagavad Katha. So, Kundal Krishna Prabhu was giving us this Bhagavad Katha, and he mentioned this pastime. It was a very sweet pastime. He said one day on the banks of the Radha Kund, how Radha Kund is so beautiful, and surrounding the banks of Radha Kund, on all the sides of Radha Kund, there are the forest groves of the Ashtasakhis. So, this I'm talking about the spiritual sense, with the spiritual vision, that you can see the Ashtasakhi kunjas surrounding Sri Radha Kund. So one day, Sri Radha and Shyam Sundarji, they were walking along the banks of Radha Kund and going from one different kunja to the other. They were just, going. They were roaming around. Vihar rahe the. They were just roaming around. And when they were roaming around, Krishna was joking with Srimati Radharani. And Krishna always likes to tease Srimati Radharani. So, Srimati Radharani was remembering at that time, one very beautiful verse that the gopis and Srimati Radharani had sung for him, and it was in her mind, and she was yet not saying it. She was just listening to all the, loving talks that her beloved Shyama Sundara was telling her. She was enjoying it, and she was just keeping quiet, and she was walking along with Krishna. And then suddenly, Srimati Radharani, she saw at a distance that there was a very old devotee, very old devotee who was sitting, and he was very sincerely chanting on the banks of the Radha Kund. He was very sincerely chanting. And Srimati Radharani realized that this devotee had no vision. He was blind. So, Srimati Radharani felt ultimate compassion for this particular devotee, and she requested her Prananath. She said to Krishna, "Hey Shama Sundar, please go and talk to this old devotee. I want you to give him some mercy. Please go and speak to him." So, being instructed by Srimati Radharani, Krishna said, "Hey Swamini ji, you are my master. I will do whatever you say. I promise you. Because you want me to go and speak to that devotee, I will go and speak to anybody, whoever you tell me to. So I'll go and speak to him also, no problem." So then Krishna went to that devotee, and Srimati Radharani was standing at a little distance. And then Krishna started going there, and he started talking to that Babaji, to that devotee. And he said, "Hey Babaji, whose name are you chanting?" And then this Babaji Maharaj said, "Well, I'm chanting the name of Krishna." And this Babaji could not see, so, Krishna was nicely joking with him. And he said, "Why are you chanting Krishna's name? Look at this Krishna. He is a chaliya. He is a cheater. You should not depend on him. You should rather, go to more dependable personalities. Why are you only taking Krishna's name? Look at, you should see other personalities. They are so much more dependable." And of course, he didn't mention any names, but he said you should rather worship more dependable people. Because Krishna is very teda. He is not even Siddha. Whenever he stands in a threefold bending position. He is crooked. So how can you depend on a crooked person? He will cheat and go. He is not reliable at all. So this devotee was, listening to all of this and listening to Krishna's beautiful words, sweet words of, even ridiculing himself. Srimati Radharani, who was actually standing at a distance, she started giggling. Very, very cutely, Srimati Radharani started giggling. She started laughing a little, not even laughing, it was not a hasya, but it was, it was a giggle that Srimati Radharani had, like, like that, she was giggling. So, when she was giggling like that, Srimati Radharani was remembering especially that today Krishna's mood is just like how we had said in the 8th verse of the Gopi Gita. So Srimati Radharani is remembering the 8th verse of the Gopi Gita, which is Madhuraya Gira Vaguvakyaya Budhamanognaya Pushkarikshana Vidhikaririna Viranuyati Adharasi dhuna which means, "Hey Shama Sundar, your sweet voice and charming words, which attract the minds of the intelligent, are bewildering us more and more. Our dear hero, hey Veera, please revive your maidservants with the nectar of your lips." Adharamrita. So like this, Srimati Radharani was remembering that how beautiful Krishna is with his words, how charming he is with his words. How can a person not love this charming boy? Like this, Srimati Radharani was thinking, and she was giggling. She was giggling so much, listening to the joking words of her beloved Shama Sundara. And then this Shama Sundar, he was going on and on and on to this devotee that why are you worshipping this crooked? Ye tede ko chodo or kisi seedhe ko pakdo. Just leave this crooked person and go and start worshipping someone who is more, straightforward. Krishna is not reliable. Why are you depending on him? So this devotee, old devotee, who was blind, he immediately said, "Hey Lala, come in front of me." And then Krishna came in front of, he was standing on the side, and Krishna came in front, and then this Baba, he offered his prostrated obeisances to Krishna. And hearing the giggling, when Srimati Radharani was giggling, she was standing, right? She was standing she was leaning on a pillar, and she was standing, and her lotus feet were tinkling, because when you are very relaxed, when you're standing in one position, what you generally do is if you're taking the like the support of the pillar, then you stand on one foot, and the other foot you just keep dangling sometime, So Srimati Radharani was just, playing with her left foot here and there, and her right foot was standing, firmly to the ground, and she was, her right arm was firmly supported by one pillar. So Krishna said to this old devotee, Krishna said, "Why are you offering obeisances to me, Baba? Why are you doing this to me?" So then this Baba, he had his eyes, anyways his eyes was blind, his eyes was closed, and he said, "My dear Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna, you are so merciful that you have come. You have come to me. And you have come to me because Srimati Radharani has told you, Shriji Thakurani, who is standing right there, she has told you." And then Krishna was shocked. He said, "Are you blind or not? How did you know that Shriji is right here? How did you know?" And then Krishna was waving in front of him. He said, "Can you see me? Are you seeing me?" So this blind devotee was laughing, and he said, No, Krishna, I cannot see you, but my ears can hear the transcendental giggle of Srimati Radharani. And I can hear the transcendental sound of her nupur, of her anklets, gently tinkling amongst each other. So I know that this transcendental vibration can come only from Srimati Radharani. This beautiful giggle, this giggle that is entering my ears, the tinkling of the ankle bells that is entering my ears is so transcendental. So I can figure out that you are Krishna, and that is my Swaminiji. That is Shriji Thakurani, who has come here, and both of you have come, and you have come here to speak to me because she has sent you to me. So then Srimati Radharani, when she heard this, she immediately, came walking with her lotus feet. She just came forward, and she came and stood next to her beloved Shama Sundara, and Srimati Radharani gave this old devotee vision so that he could have the divine darshan of the divine couple. Shri Shri Radha Shama Sundar Jiu Ki Jai. So this is the mercy of Srimati Radharani, that only by her recommendation that Krishna, gives himself to a devotee. He's very, very, he's agyakari. That is the thing he is. That he never wants to make Srimati Radharani angry. So whatever Srimati Radharani will say, he will absolutely do. So yesterday we actually were very blessed that we had Srila Radharaman Maharaj visiting us. And Srila Radharaman Maharaj was telling us pastimes of Braj. And he was telling us different leelas. And Maharaj was talking about Vrindavan Leela, and of course he was saying about Krishna Leela. Very beautifully Maharaj was narrating the pastime of Krishna wanting to go to graze the cows. We all know a very simple, form of this pastime. But Maharaj went into such depth yesterday. I just want to share a small glimpse with all of you, because these pastimes are so dear to Srimati Radharani. It is said that the Dam Bandhan Leela, the Damodar Leela, is most dear to Srimati Radharani. The childhood pastimes are very, very dear to Srimati Radharani. And there's a specific reason why. That in the Dam Bandhan Leela and the childhood Leelas of Krishna, Krishna is completely showing that he is, having no, that he is completely under the control of Mother Jashoda. That whatever Mother Jashoda will do to him, he will follow. He will do that. So he is having his utter dependence on Mother Jashoda. So this nature of Krishna, Srimati Radharani really, really likes. That, and these are also, of course, special only of the Bhauma Leela pastimes. So therefore, again, Srimati Radharani loves these childhood pastimes of Krishna. And Maharaj went on to explain that how beautifully this particular pastime, he explained that when Krishna wanted to go to the forest to graze the cows, he was, one day he just started, saying that, no, ma, I have to go to the forest, Maya. See, you've been allowing me only to take the calves. And the calves, they don't even go anywhere outside the palace. Inside the palace only, there's so much grass, they'll just keep taking that only. You're telling me to go and graze the calves. What is the point? I want to go into the forest. Please, let me take the cows and go. Goshthe ami jabo mago, goshthe ami jabo. Shridamo Shudamo Sange Bachuri Chorabo. That I want to go with my friends, Maya. Please let me go. And Mother Jashoda was like, no, you can't go. Look at you. You are, accustomed to eat 4 or 5 times a day, Kanha. How can you go there? Who is going to feed you over there? I will not be there to take care of you. And, in the forest, there's so many dangerous animals, this, that. How are you going to take care of yourself? You're so delicate. Look at your body. It is like butter. So how can you go, Kanha? No, I won't let you go. So every day early in the morning, whenever the elderly cowherd men would leave from their homes taking their cows and they would go to the forest, Krishna would see them and he would start rolling on the ground and say, Maya, when will you let me go? Look at them, they are going. I also want to go. Please let me go. And then Maya Yashoda would say, no, Kanha, you cannot go. So like this kept increasing day by day. So Nanda Maharaj, he got little concerned and he was discussing with his elder brothers, Upananda, Sunanda, all of them. And he was discussing with them that what should we do about this Kanha? He's really getting out of control and we can't see him crying and, every day he is crying. Every day he is saying, I want to go to forest to graze the cows. I want to go. What to do? So then Upananda and Sunanda, all of them said that I think it is better that we should follow what Krishna is saying. We should fulfill his desire. If he wants to go to the forest, let him go. He will not be alone. He will be there with all of his friends. So it's okay. He's growing up. He's a growing boy. So let him go. So So then hearing this, Mother Jashoda also heard this. And then she was a little sad, but she said, okay, now the elder men have decided it. So she also said, okay. Then they decided, okay, they took, they selected a very good muhurta. The first day that Krishna would leave to go to the forest. And when that muhurta was selected, Krishna, he came, he took bath, he got ready, and he came to bid farewell to his parents. And Maya Yashoda, she had very, very carefully, out of her loving concern for Kanha, she had made very beautiful pair of shoes for Krishna. Now the shoe pastime we all know, very simple one. But Maharaj explained something more detailed yesterday, which I'd like to share with all of you. He said that when Krishna saw the shoes, he said, oh Maya, these are so pretty shoes you've made for me. So, but I can't wear them. How can I wear them? So then Maya Yashoda said, nay beta, you have to wear this, Lala. If you don't wear this, how your feet is more tender than lotus petals. And when you go into the forest, then, there'll be thorns there, there'll be so much. No, you should wear these shoes. So then Krishna said, look, Maya, I am the servitor of the cows. I am Rakhal. Rakhal means Rakhwala of the cows, means protector of the cows. So I am going there to graze the cows. These cows are going to take me there. So these cows, I'm actually going for serving them. So they are my Swamini. They are my masters. So, if the master will wear shoe, then I can also wear shoe, no problem. So if you want me to wear shoe, no, then you make shoes for everyone. So then Mother Jashoda, she said, okay, if you want shoes for everyone, how is that possible, Kanha? Look, Nanda Baba only, your father, has only 900,000 cows, and 900,000 multiplied by 4. Cows have 4 legs. But the cows, it is not just Nanda Baba's cows that you are taking, it is even Maharaj Vrishabhanu's cows. He has more cows. And then, Upananda has more cows than even Nanda Baba. So look at how many cows, how many shoes should I be making? No, Kanha, that is not possible, because the cows, actually Mother Nature has made them in such a way that their hoof is very strong. They don't need shoes. So, but for human beings, we need shoes. But the cows don't need shoes, Kanha. You should not do like this. So Mother Yashoda was trying to convince Krishna, and Krishna was not getting convinced. And later on, he just gave this final argument saying that, no, not possible. If you want me to wear shoes, then you have to make shoes for everybody, not just 900,000, but much, much more number of cows. So for all the cows of Vrindavan, you have to make shoes. So Mother Jashoda was like, okay, your point that, that they are your master and you are their servant, okay, I will not give you shoes then, Kanha. And then Maharaj explained, but never one day, whenever Krishna would come back from forest, Krishna's entire body would be covered in dust. His face would be covered in dust. So Mother Jashoda would personally give him a bath every day, and then, first before giving the bath, she would ask Krishna to close his eyes, and then she would just blow near his face. Oof, like that. So by blowing near Krishna's face, all the dust would first fly away. So like this, Mother Jashoda would personally clean up Krishna every day, but Maharaj explained that never did one day Krishna had a thorn prick in his lotus feet. Nor did he hurt himself with any stone. Never that happened. Mother Jashoda, never bandaged Krishna's lotus feet, that because he got hurt because of walking barefoot. Or she never took out a thorn from Krishna's lotus feet. Never had this happened. Because Maharaj explained that Prithvi Mata, Dharti Mata, would become so much in ecstasy and bliss that Krishna is walking on her. Wherever Krishna's lotus feet would be wanting to come, Mother Earth would make it suitable for Krishna. She would become softer than butter, more delicate than silk she would become, so that Krishna would have no problem at all to step on the earth. So like this, Maharaj went on to explain, and then Krishna noticed that Maya Yashoda had one more arrangement for him. And that arrangement was an umbrella. And then she took out that umbrella. It was very nicely decorated by Mother Yashoda. And she said, Kanha, you please take this umbrella. There will be scorching sun in the forest. There will be no shade, Lala. You please take this umbrella also with you. And then Krishna looked at Mother Yashoda and said, okay, I'll take the umbrella in one condition, that you give umbrella to all my cows also. And then Maya Yashoda put her hand on her head and said, Lala, how will I give umbrella to all the cows? They don't have hands. They cannot come and, carry their own umbrella. What to do? So then Krishna said, well, I have a solution for that also, that I will take your umbrella. You send one servant for each cow who will walk on the side of each cow holding the umbrella. No problem. Then I will also take your umbrella. And listening to this argument from Mother Yashoda, from Krishna, Mother Yashoda told her Lala that, okay, Lala, you go without umbrella also. You don't take anything. So then Krishna, he, just went like that. Krishna never ever wore shoes in Vrindavan. Never. Nor did he take an umbrella. He was always, giving so much of the dust of his lotus feet to Vrindavan. So this is the glory of Sri Shama Sundar Bhagavan. And this glory of Sri Shama Sundar is completely understood only by the mercy of Srimati Radharani. Maharaj explained that yesterday. So we beg at the lotus feet of Srimati Radharani that we are able to little bit, try and conceive of this supreme mercy that is upon us, the supreme benediction that we all have of the mercy of Srila Prabhupada. The spiritual door is actually open. The spiritual realm can be, any realm can be, whichever position we may be in this material world, it can be transformed into a spiritual realm if we simply follow what Srila Prabhupada has told us to do. By chanting Hare Krishna, we can transform the vibrations around us and it can become the spiritual world. That is what Srila Prabhupada said. So this we can realize only by the mercy of Sri Guru and Mahabhav Swarupini Srimati Radha Thakurani. So with this understanding, we'll move to the last verse of Sri Radha Kripa Kataksha Stava Raja. Makheshwari, Krishwari, Swadheshwari, Sureshwari, Triveda Bharatishwari, Pramana Shashaneshwari, Rameshwari, Kshameshwari, Pramodakananeshwari, Vrajeshwari, Vrajadhipe, Shri Radhike, Namostute. O Queen of Vedic sacrifices, O Queen of pious activities, O Queen of the material world, O Queen of the demigods, O Queen of Vedic scholarship, O Queen of knowledge, O Queen of the goddess of fortune, O Queen of Patience, O Queen of Vrindavan, the forest of happiness, O Queen of Vraja, O Empress of Vraja, O Sri Radhika, obeisances unto you. So here Lord Shiva is concluding that Srimati Radharani is not only, the queen of Raja, but she's also the queen of this world also, of this material world also. She's the queen of the Devatas. She's the queen of the goddesses of fortune, of everyone. Srimati Radharani is the queen. She is Vrajadhipe. She is Vrajeshwari. She is the queen. So this is how we should adore and try to worship Srimati Radharani. I will just conclude with one statement by Srila Lokanath Swami Maharaj, which said this very, very beautiful, gave a very beautiful meditation, which I thought would be very appropriate to share at the conclusion of Sri Radha Kripa Kataksha Stava Raja, which will help us in our japa. So Maharaj said that when we chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Maharaj says that the last Hare Hare, our acharyas explain that we should pray to Srimati Radharani that Maya Saha Ramasva, which means that please allow me, just like how you, O Sri Radhe, are always being happy, along with your Sakhis, you're always serving your beloved Shama Sundara, you are, always in the most divine of happiness at all times. In the same way, hame bhi aap apne saath ramaiye, means that please also allow us to be happy along with you in your divine Leela. So Maya Saha Ramasva, which means that allow us to also be happy by participating in your Leela. Allow us to be participants in your Leela. That is the prayer that we do when we chant the last Hare Hare in the Mahamantra. Maya Saha Ramasva. Please allow us to participate in your transcendental, blissful Leelas, so that we can also try to be blissful, try to relish and chant the holy names, knowing that that is the only thing that will be of any benefit to us, give us all benefit, give us all perfection, if we can simply focus on chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So with this, I will end here. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki.
Sometimes we Ram and sometimes Balaram. Right. We don't actually consider that time Radharani. Yes, I mean, Krishna's time Hare means we consider as Radharani. But when we chant Rama Rama, that time how we supposed to take, means energy of Rama.
Okay, very nice question. So when we chant Hare Rama, there is three understanding. You can either, Mahaprabhu explains this. He said that Rama can refer to Purushottam Ram, Maryada Purushottam Ram. It can refer to Sri Balaram. But Gaudiya Vaishnavas, followers of Mahaprabhu, Mahaprabhu explains that Rama refers to Raman, who is another, name of Krishna. So Raman is the worshipable deity of Srila Gopal Bhatta Goswami, the self-manifested deity of Gopal Bhatta Goswami, Raman. And that's why even there it is Srimati Radharani. Even in the Rama Rama mantra, it is actually Srimati Radharani. Because if you read, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he has given, when we chant each of the words of the Mahamantra, he actually gives a prayer. So it is found in Harinam Chintamani, and Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur very beautifully gives this prayer, and he says what each mantra, each of the words in the mantra, what prayer can we say, so if you read the last few, that is Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, there also Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, when he is saying Rama, he is actually saying, O Krishna, let me hear your intimate pastimes with your beloved Radharani, like that. So we understand that as Gaudiya Vaishnavas, as followers of Mahaprabhu, Mahaprabhu referred Rama to Raman, Shri Shri Radha Raman. So that is the understanding that we have.
Yeah, yes, Mataji. That kind of feeling is from itself. Yes, Mataji, means in the beginning, everybody consider Rama means Lord Rama, and then slowly they can understand. They have understanding of Balaram, and then and later on we can slowly, gradually, and then we can think the Radha Raman. Yes.
Yes. So even when you're thinking of Ram, that Hare can refer to Mother Sita. You can think of Sita and Ram, that is also fine. When you're thinking of Balaram, you can think of his consort Revati, because they are none other than manifestations of Srimati Radharani. So in that sense, you are actually ultimately focusing to Srimati Radharani only, even in the Hare Rama Mahamantra. But our understanding by Mahaprabhu's mercy is that we are referring to Shri Shri Radha Raman.
Yes, thank you so much, Mataji. In the beginning, I missed little bit the part, Mataji. You were telling only Guru's mercy or Radharani's mercy we get mercy of Guru, or Guru's mercy we get Radharani's mercy. I know you were telling before Guru's mercy. What you were telling, Mataji, in the beginning?
Well, by the recommendation of the spiritual master, when spiritual master recommends us to Srimati Radharani, then Srimati Radharani takes us to Krishna. So, yes, by Guru's mercy we get the mercy of Radha and Krishna, and by Radha and Krishna's mercy we get more intimate service to Guru.
Yes. Thank you, Mataji. Very nice class. Is there any question or comment for Mataji? The other people
Hare Krishna Mataji. Hare Krishna Mataji. Dhanavad Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for a wonderful class and pastime. I have one question. That in one of the Leela you told that there was one Babaji who received mercy of Srimati Radharani. So, do you know the name of that Babaji?
It was not mentioned. He was just an old Babaji from, Braj. There was no name that was mentioned.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Dhanavad Pranam Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Mataji, so I think several weeks back, I think you mentioned when to chant this, this song. So what is the best time or something? Is there anything like that, or is it part of a regular ritualistic or any particular timing for singing this song, Mataji? Any recommended timing?
There is no fixed timing or anything like that. We had asked also Bhakti Purushottam Maharaj and Srila Jayapataka Maharaj also, and also Srila Radharaman Maharaj. So they said that yes, you can recite these prayers, anytime. There's no specific timing that you have to depend on. One time actually Bhakti Purushottam Maharaj told me that there was once, in around middle part of his devotional life, he was saying that just before he received sannyas, actually, he said that for 2 years continuously, Maharaj would recite this Radha Kripa Kataksha every day. He said, but now he doesn't get so much time, but he tries to recite it as much as possible. But Maharaj did say that for 2 years, every day he would recite it, So he said, yeah, these are very powerful prayers, very, very powerful prayers. So very nice to recite them, and there's no restrictions.
Thank you, Mataji. I think wonderful class. Thank you very much for sharing all this knowledge with all of us. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhu. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Yes.
So what I was saying that when seeing the sincerity of the devotee, the Guru recommends the soul to Srila Prabhupada and eventually to Srimati Radharani. So is that during the course of our devotional life, or is that at the time of initiation? Is that at the time of death? Like, at what point is this, Mataji, that this soul is...
Very nice question. Very nice questions. It is actually moment by moment. Every moment. Mm-hmm. Based on the sincerity of our services, based on the sincerity of our sadhana, it is moment by moment, every moment. It's not that the Guru just recommends us one time. But we need the mercy all the time. So based on our performance, we get the reviews. Until and unless we are back in the spiritual world, serving their uninterrupted, unmotivated, unalloyed service. Till then, the Guru keeps recommending based on our performance, And then once we are in the spiritual world, serving under our spiritual master, serving the divine couple under him, then there that is unmotivated and unalloyed and uninterrupted service in the spiritual world. But here, we need to be based on our performance every time. It's moment by moment.
Mm-hmm. And Mataji, how do we know that we are doing good? That we get more service? That's when we know that we are doing good? Like, how do we know our progress?
This one, I'll tell you a very funny pastime of Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada said one time he asked a question, how do you know Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead? So then to that, one devotee said, well, Srila Prabhupada, it's mentioned in the Bhagavad Gita. Prabhupada said, no. Said, okay, because you said so. One other disciple said. I said, no. And then many devotees said many other reasons. And then Srila Prabhupada said, because you feel the bliss. When you do the service, you feel the bliss. And that's how you know that Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. So everyone said, okay, that's the answer. So then next day, Srila Prabhupada was walking on the beach with some disciples, and then he again stopped on the beach and he asked the question, so how do you know Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead? So everyone said different answers, and then this devotee, there was one devotee who was there the previous day, and he said, Srila Prabhupada, I know, it's because you feel the bliss, you feel the ecstasy. And then Srila Prabhupada looked at him and he said, no, it's because the Bhagavad Gita says so. And he said that and he just walked away. So everyone was like confused, but the purport of this experience is that it's all true. Everything is true. All the statements that the Bhagavad Gita says so, you feel the ecstasy, and that, when Krishna is, and because Srila Prabhupada said, that's why we believe that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So similarly, your question on how do we know when Krishna is happy, that yes, you feel the ecstasy, you feel the bliss, in service. It doesn't seem like a chore anymore. You want to do more and more service, and that you're awarded with more and more service opportunities. So all of this is true. Does that answer your question?
Yes, Mataji, thank you very much. So even when you feel blissful, you get more service, you feel more blissful. That's when
yes.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, Hare Krishna Mataji. I have one more question. As we have many prayers for Radha Rani, means like Radha Kripa Kataksha, Radhika Astakam, and many other Astakams and all. So, means like my question is there anything like number of prayers if we are chanting so many numbers of prayer, then only Radha Rani will be more pleased, or if we are focused on one prayer and chanting it nicely, then she will be more pleased. Is there any comment on this?
Very nice question, Mataji. But you see, Shri Radha and Krishna, they are Bhavagrahi Janardhan. So, whether we are chanting so many prayers or we are chanting only one prayer, it doesn't matter. It matters with what mood we are doing it. If our mood is that we are chanting so many prayers, look, I am doing all this and I'm so great, then Krishna is not pleased. Srimati Radharani is definitely not pleased. But if we are able to do only one prayer and we are doing that with lot of love, we are doing that with lot of care and concern and for the pleasure of Sri Radha and Krishna, then that is most pleasing to, Srimati Radharani.
Okay. Thank you, Mataji. And one more thing, Miss, like as you told that they are Bhavagrahi and we should be more focused. Miss, like, should we learn all the prayers, or is it fine if we learn only one prayer? Or should we, Miss, like, should we learn all the prayers?
It's not possible to learn all the prayers. It's very... it is possible if you can. It'll be very good if you can learn all the prayers. But, I don't know what to say, that there is no fixed answer to this. I mean, I don't want to say that, no, there is no need to learn all the prayers. There's no end to learning. There is no end to that. So once you learn one prayer, learn another. And then keep perfecting it, and then learn another. So, like that.
Okay.
Learning is an eternal process.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you so much, ma'am.